guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited. Today we have a new topic and the topic is very interesting. So I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Diana Inganga and I'm a HR profession.
And I'm Alice, the conscious life coach.
And today on our topic, we're going to focus on personality traits in the organization. And when you hear about a personality trait, you know personalities, different kind of personalities, they can actually affect performance, they can actually affect productivity. And today, it is important that us, we unlock the importance of on how personality traits actually can affect the organization.
Exactly, and I love that, and I think it will be connected to what we were talking about the last time, self-awareness.
Yes.
And just understanding we are different individuals coming from different backgrounds,
Yes.
with different experiences.
Yeah.
So how do we interact with other people?
Yes.
But before we even start talking about other people, let's understand ourselves first.
Yes.
What kind of a personality do I have? What are my personality traits? And there are various ways that there are various tools as well that have been used to describe what the different types of personalities people have. We'll have the simplest, the introvert, extrovert.
Yes, true.
An introvert being someone who likes keeping to themselves. An extrovert being the
bubbly one, the sunshine around.
Exactly, the happy-go-lucky person in the office.
True.
So you can imagine how, like, I'm an extrovert. I am...
Myself, I'm an introvert, kind of, but also it depends on the kind of company that I'm keeping so that my extrovert can come out. But most of the time, I'm always an introvert because I always love my space. I love just being alone and keeping my thoughts together.
Actually, that is that's called an ambivert, which I think I am as well. That is someone who's an extrovert and an introvert.
True.
And speaking of that, and my own personality, I remember I did. There's this personality test that I really like, and it's free, guys. You can find it online, and it's called the Myers-Briggs test, and it just it groups people into 16 different types of personalities. So it will tell you what kind of a personality that you have in terms of, do you feel more or are you more logical? How do you perceive things? Do you use intuition or do you just use judgment? And it's a very nice tool to get to understand yourself, and it's so awesome because it even goes to explain what kind of a person you are, what kind of a career is good for you, how you show up in relationships, in families, what your strengths are. So I'd recommend, guys, please just take time, find this online test that most assessment tests are free, and get to understand yourself better.
True.
What kind of a personality, do you have? And I remember you were sharing something about colors.
Yeah, because you see, people can really judge you the way you say, like the judgmental part, and you can find some people, maybe it's because of your personality that people actually perceive you the way they perceive you. So it is very important. So once you know the kind of personality that you are, because when it comes to colors, it's all about, it's under the insights discovery. For this one, they have 4 color blocks. We have the green. For the greens, they are always like for the people. They are so empathy. So when in each and every conversation that they have in the organization, they actually talk about people. And then we have the red ones. The red ones for them is just be brief, be bright, and be gone. So when you go to a red person, you don't go there with a lot of stories. You're starting to tell them, I don't know what and what. For them, just go there, tell them what you're supposed to tell them. Once they resonate, they are done. And then also we have the blue ones. So for the blue ones, for them, now it's all about a result. When you come to them, just go there with facts. You don't have, because for them it's all about, they can always be behind the scenes doing everything, and they love order. Yeah, so we actually find different kind of personalities, and now also we have I've talked about green, I've talked about yellow, I've talked about red, and now blue. So they're actually 4 kind of colors that you can actually pull up or pull down. And each and every person, like for me now, I'm a green. So when you come to me, always come to me showing me that you really care, you really want the best for me, then there we can really work together. But if you come to me and then you're showing me that, you know what, for me I'm the be brief, be bright, and be gone, then it actually brings another perspective. Okay, so now when it comes to the colors, so you can either pull up or pull down, but it doesn't mean that if I'm leading with a green, then it means I can't pull up my red, because we have situations whereby I can always pull up my red, I can always pull up my yellow, because for the yellows, they are always the sunshine. For them, always involve them. When it comes to any project, if somebody's a yellow, make sure they are there, because for them now, they're the ones who bring life to the room. Yeah, so those are actually different kind of personalities when it comes to colors.
And as you're mentioning that, I was just thinking of the 4 temperament test, and it's almost similar, because I was thinking, oh my goodness, the yellows are what we call sanguines, because this one just groups individuals according to their character. Like what you're saying, the happy-go-lucky person, that is a sanguine person, and definitely that's someone you'd want to have in the team, because he's the person who would be telling guys, you guys, hii kitu inaweza, we can push. They'll be the ones who, if you have an office party, please, they need to be there, because they're the ones who are bringing in that energy. Then there are the cholerics. I'm thinking it could be the reds, and they're the guys who, they're about results. Please, usiniambie story mob. This thing, just don't beat around the bush. Just tell me, were you able to do this? Were you not able to do this? Then there are the melancholies. They're the guys who are very quiet. They're the guys in the office who, until you ask them, hey, you, what's the opinion? You get into a meeting, everyone is talking, but this guy or this lady never says anything. But they have the best ideas.
True.
So and then there's the phlegmatics as well, and they are more like they work very well with cholerics, because they're more of followers. Like the cholerics love, let's do this. They're the bosses. They make excellent managers, because they're all about action. And flags are more about doing and following what is being so this is what is being done. They make excellent teammates or subordinates, because they will follow what they're being requested to do. So it's just understanding, even from an individual point of view, what kind of a personality do I have? How do I show up? So, and maybe this we should have mentioned earlier, all personalities have strengths and weaknesses.
True.
That sanguine, that yellow, that that sunshine person. Oh my God, it's amazing having that kind of a person with energy. But they're usually the biggest jokers.
True.
And you don't want people joking when you're discussing serious matters. So all personalities, like the reds, the cholerics, they're very good. They make excellent managers, because they're all about action. They're all about results. But at the same time, they care so much about results and action
they forget the people.
Yes, they forget the people. They'll step on anyone to just get. Kila mtu mwenye atumia, that's just collateral damage. Did we achieve our goals? So it's just understanding, so who am I as a person? What kind of a personality, what's my character like, and just understanding, okay, fine, so these are the strengths. So let me just work on them, let me leverage on them. So these are the weaknesses.
True.
So how can I work around that? Okay, fine, I'm very good at setting up goals and pushing, but I also understand in the process I'm stepping on people's toes. So how do I learn to include people? For them to buy into the vision, so that I'm not the guy in the office who's always pushing people and fine, they're happy to see the results, but no one wants to hang around me. So it's just understanding also for your colleagues, for your boss. Most of the time there's conflict in the office because of a clash between the personalities.
Because even you find we have bosses who are cholerics, they lead with a red, and you have bosses who are green. Not for them, they're for the people. And this is actually saying you're pushing for the organization. So for us to get that balance, because all personalities, you're actually okay. Some people think that if I'm a green, then there's a problem with me, or if I'm a red, there's a problem with me. But they always have to bring that balance, just to know, yes, I'm a green, I really want the best for the people, but also the red is actually as much as important the way you also want for them. So that balance. So it is very important what you're saying.
I'm so glad you've mentioned that. Balance is key, because you also don't want to be a people's person so much that performance, takes a step back. And you also don't want to be about performance so much that people are bleeding and you don't care.
True.
And another thing about personalities, and I'm just thinking about our current situation, what has happened with the pandemic, a lot of people underwent mental stress. And it had so much to do with personalities. So you imagine you're an extrovert, you're the sanguine, you're the happy-go-lucky, you get into the office, you get energy from people, and then COVID has happened, mumembiwa go home. Then probably maybe you're living by yourself, so it's you talking to your computer, and you are so used to getting energy
greeting
from
everyone in the morning.
You're so used to getting energy from people. So a lot of people are like, okay, and then making matters worse, there's nowhere to go. The clubs had been closed, the gyms had been closed,
the churches have been closed.
Exactly. So the places that we used to go for interaction, hakuna. So a lot of guys just, went through so much stress, and people are wondering, okay, I'm going nuts. But what is really happening? It's just, if you take that time to understand yourself, that what, interaction is really important for me.
Very important.
So at this point, we are working remotely. I may not be able to interact with people as much, but what tools do I have? I can video call, to just keep up and just know what is going on with Diana and how she's doing. Then I can even imagine now taking it home. You're working from home, you're an extrovert, maybe your wife is an introvert, and then we had not anticipated COVID, and people didn't have offices, at home, so they had to just set up space at home. Then probably maybe you are both using the bedroom as your working space. And then here, the hubby is the one who's the extrovert. So vile alikuwa anapeleka energy in the office, now it's at home. Then the lady was so used to being the quiet one. She just wants her cup of coffee, sit on her laptop and work, and the guys thinking, let's talk, and the ladies think, please. Just there was a lot of conflict at home, and it all had to do with the personalities. And then what you bring the same stress to work. So it's just understanding myself, so what kind of a personality do I have, what makes me happy, and it goes back to what we were talking about last time, self-awareness. What makes me tick, do I enjoy being around people, what kind of conversations do I have, okay, so this job that I am doing, is it the right job for me, as for my type, for my personality type? And as I'm saying that, I'm just thinking of someone who I know was an introvert, and they had a sales job, and they were so miserable. And you know how a sales job is, a sanguine and extroverted, exactly, person. Unaongea, unauza, as in,
just
exactly. You have to talk to people,
because and then just the laybacks.
Exactly. This is an introvert who she's very comfortable just being behind a computer, and then she's being thrown.
To the other
out.
side.
To the people's department. Then on top of that, she has targets. I mean, it's sales. And I remember she was so stressed, and we were having this conversation, and I was asking her, so what do you think, what do you enjoy? What, and like, I really don't enjoy my job. I'd rather just be behind doing the keying in of the orders. And I remember mentioning this to her, you know what, your job is stressing you because it's not aligned with your personality. Exactly. True. Or it could be the other way around. You're the one who's behind the computer, lakini unataka tu kuwa na watu.
True. Because you find some people, they'll come in the morning, they'll greet everyone. After greeting people, now they're going to have tea. They have to go and tell everyone how their tea is. So you find them all over the place, and you think maybe there's something wrong with them. No, it's just their personality. They just want to talk. They just want to talk and talk and talk. So it's just with that in mind, it's for me to understand, okay, if that's my personality and I'm behind the computer and I really love being around people,
So hata nikienda kusalimia kila mtu, I ask them, you know, what they ate for supper jana and how they came in the morning. It's for me to understand I still have work.
Agreed.
And these people still also have work.
Yeah.
So how do I manage my time and put in some time to interact with people and not how do I put this, and not interrupt other people, because you have people in the office who yani ni kuongea tu, unataka kufanya kazi lakini
but for them they are all over, they really want to tell you stories.
Exactly. So it goes back to understand how does my behavior affect other people.
Yes, behavior is very important, because they say even when it comes to change management, it's all about they can measure the behavior of people.
Yes.
So if the behavior is not aligning, then there's a problem.
Yeah. And now as I think of it, sometimes we have these people in the office who they really want to talk.
Yes.
And they can only, for them, getting your attention is coming up with something that other people don't know.
Yes.
The office gossipers, you know, the ones who, if you share anything, something, kesho, the whole office
will be aware.
Exactly, will be aware. And it's even understanding as an individual, you know, understanding others. So that one, that one I need to set boundaries. That one I cannot share my personal life
story.
Because nikimwambia tulikosana na mzee jana,
the whole organization will actually know that whatever happens to this.
In fact, I saw a meme the other day of someone had written, I've just had a conversation with my friend, and the next thing I'm seeing their status, actually people are suffering out here. And it's not for you to understand. Exactly. It's for you to understand.
Yeah, because the next thing is gonna be hard on the people that it doesn't even concern them.
Exactly. And even understanding. So for me, as an office gossiper, you know,
you said that.
I am not an office gossiper. It's an example. But still, as an office gossiper, you know, what is it that I'm trying to achieve? Am I trying to get people's attention? Am I trying to connect with people? But unfortunately, I'm using other people to connect with. Because I don't think if I go to Diana as a friend to try and talk to her, she'll listen to me. But if I go and get data about I don't know so and so, then she'll want to listen. So it's even for me to understand, you know, why do I do the things that I do? Which goes back, oh my goodness, everything is tied to self-awareness. Why do I feel like I have to talk about other people in order to have a conversation? Another thing when it comes to personality is just understanding what type of communication is best. And even for your colleagues, how do you communicate with them best? Like you're mentioning, if it's the Reds, then you know, by the way, we send a story from here to Timbuktu
and back.
Exactly. They want things like this, like this, like this. And it's just, it's a part of in emotional intelligence, and when it comes to trainings in workplaces, there's a part to do called managing the boss. You know, just understanding, you know, how's your boss like? You know, what do they like? What timings are they operating the best?
Very profound.
I remember there's a time we had this person in the office who used to stamp our orders, and we had come to understand, even the boss, let alone that one, just understanding. But then when the boss comes in the morning, anakaivi, they're usually very grumpy. Please don't engage. When they come in and they, you know, just they look like this, they're talking, that's the best time to engage. And this is tied to emotional intelligence, you know, understanding other people and understanding other people's emotions, so that you're able to communicate effectively. But you can't do this when you have not even taken the time to understand them and just understand what kind of a personality, you know, do they have? Is it clashing with mine? Because most of the time, if I am that sanguine and you're that sanguine, we'll be very happy to exactly tunaleta energy. If I am the extrovert and you're the introvert, I'd always be like, that one is always keeping quiet.
But she's always at red.
Exactly.
They're actually having green.
Exactly. So there can be, unless we take time to understand each other, there can be that conflict of you're thinking,
always talking.
Then I'm thinking, that one has negative energy as in
around.
energy cochini, as in please don't even hang around her.
Yes.
But it's just understanding, you know what, people are different.
True.
And there's what we call diversity. People are coming from different places,
True.
different backgrounds, different experiences. And it's for us to understand that, in fact, most of the time when it comes to communication, people hear with lenses that are, they just don't see or hear things directly. They're they're colored lenses, and colored by experiences, colored by their thoughts, colored by their childhood maybe experiences, behaviors, and all that. So it's to understand if maybe I said something that you took so
personal.
Exactly. I'm like, Ayapana, Diana, we're not fighting.
That.
Exactly.
I meant this.
Exactly. Let me seek to understand first. Before even seek for you to understand me. What did I say that, that made you like really react like that? And then even you on your end is to understand, where is she coming from? And why would it make me get triggered like that? Yes. Which is for us as individuals also to understand. No, why am I being triggered like that? Where is this coming from? And for me to understand, okay, fine. Also, we have people in the office with, personalities that you don't even want to caribbean. We have people with funny characters, and they know it all. Exactly, they know it all. The troublemaker.
Yes, you can't tell them nothing.
Exactly.
Why I've been here like for the longest time. Why are you telling me this? Instead of just actually coming and getting a common ground, that I'm coming from a healthy place.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I just want the best for all of us, because you see, we're in the organization and we're actually working towards a common goal. Because I'm not here to actually push my agenda, but here we're actually pushing the agenda for the organization.
Exactly. So I love that, because now it's understanding, you know what, so and so is the office gossiper, so mimi vitu zangu hapo staki zifike. So and so is the know it all. But even if they know it all, kwanza want you if they know it all and they're your boss.
Yes.
How do you handle that? And it's just understanding, okay, then this is how I need to communicate. I need to communicate in a way that they're not thinking that I am how do I put this? They're not thinking exactly. How do I get them to engage?
Yes.
And make them think it's the idea.
Yes.
So they know it all.
Yeah, they know it all.
Exactly. So make it look like the idea is coming from them. Especially if maybe it's your boss and you need their approval. Yes. You need that stamp for it to move to the next level. No, every time if you come in a different type of way, I shoot down. And and unfortunately, whether we like it or not, it could be maybe your boss didn't deserve that position. Maybe you think you're smarter than them, you're more qualified than them. But one thing that you have to acknowledge is your boss has power and control over your activities,
and you need to respect that.
Exactly. And you need to respect that. So it's more of even understanding, for my boss, what kind of a personality do they have?
Yes. It will save you a lot of trouble, a lot of energy, a lot of explanations.
Exactly. So understanding. So how do I interact with them? How do I communicate? How do they like things done?
True.
Like you're saying, it will save a lot of,
time.
Exactly. A lot of time, a lot of back and forth. Exactly.
Yeah, so today's topic is very interesting. I just wish if you can go on and go on, because you see, personality is very broad, and the way you've just said, personality can actually affect your productivity, affect your performance, and even for you to be able to tap to different type of positions in the organization, because there's some personalities it can actually hinder you. But after all is said and done, thank you so much for watching our video. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Don't forget to comment and subscribe.
Yes, please.